Welcome back, lad, and welcome to a new episode, a new series called The Right Guys. This is for right-wing Latinos, conservative Latinos. We're trying to target Gen Z Latinos mainly to really open up and wake up to the brainwashing that's happening to them. Unfortunately, our generation has been truly brainwashed by the evil left, in my opinion. And we'll get into that. But this is your host, MP, and I have my co-host, Saul Martinez.
What is up, y'all? What is up, y'all? Nice to meet everybody. I'm excited to start this new podcast with my guy right here. Not even podcast, but other ideas we got. And yeah, we're just here to give you the perspective and just the stuff we've seen. I mean, what I've seen, what the host has seen here is just for all of us. I think it's just time to start waking up, bro, and seeing what all this nonsense that's being pushed now. And
not only that, bro, what I would say, wake up to your true culture, because our culture is conservative, man, and I think we forget that. But let's not forget who's behind the scenes.
AZ.
Yes. Now AZ here, he's not really into politics. Let me make that known right now. He has been learning. He likes RFK. It's a start. Okay. It's a start. I like some of the stuff he went from Biden to RFK. We didn't get him. We didn't get him to the Trump part yet, but
that's a start.
It's a start, right? He's seeing the flaws, right? Now, in my personal story, bro, I knew about politics at a young age. I was born in '99, so I would hear about 9/11 growing up. Because it was pretty. It happened when I was really young, and it was pretty, you could say, recent as I was growing up. So American pride was at an all-time high when I was growing up. I remember seeing American flags, on the streets and stuff like that. For special holidays and stuff like that.
4th of July.
You could tell there was an American pride, right? But in my head back in the day was, I'm Mexican, they're American. I didn't feel a part of one of them. Right. I didn't know that I was truly an American.
He wins. And it's funny because I used to work at a bank at the time too. And it's funny because I'm the only guy and there was a bunch of women. So you know how they felt too at the way. Yeah. But I remember my bank manager, she's like, well, let's just hope he does the right thing. That's all we wish for, But with that being said, I think too at that time when he was going at it, what attracted me to more about him, and I tell people see that, is the media only went after him, bro.
Yeah.
Only him. And the crazier part is I'm like, wait, but everything he said, I researched it, it's true. Ted Cruz was wrong at the time, lying, and Marco Rubio's in so much debt. Why are they only attacking this guy? I was like, it doesn't add up. Like, if you're saying that he's the only bad one, but these other guys have receipts that he's bad, why are you only going after him? So, long story short, I fast forward, right? I stopped going to college. I didn't want to. I just started working and all this stuff. And fast forward to a little bit more years, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm going to go play one more year. So I said I went back to college. And this was already where they implemented the woke stuff. And I remember, this is so hilarious. I signed up for sociology class. I didn't know what it was. It was just an elective. And I just remember I was like, cool, whatever. I was just taking it. And then, but that was when I was already a conservative, bro. I was already like, yeah, I like him and all that. But what I didn't know was that college was already left-leaning at the time. So I'm in sociology class. And then I just remember that the teacher was talking about trying to tell students to be weak. Like, it's okay to cry and don't worry.
The guys?
It was a woman. That was my professor.
But she was telling the guys.
Yeah, guys in there and all that. It's okay, don't worry. And she played a video of a guy. Right. Yeah, I was like, what? Like, wait, hold on. Like, and she even played a video saying how this guy was like, oh, I've been through so much and all this stuff and I can't do this anymore, in a way to make it feel sorry for yourself. But then I kind of thought of it. I was like, wait, hold on, bro. I've been through some crazier stuff and I can get through it. And you're telling me you're crying over this and all that. So I remember I had to do an assignment where she says, tell me what you felt about that video. And I literally put on the assignment, I put on the paper, I was like, yeah, he's weak, straight up. And then she wanted me to be out loud about it. So I said, that was the first one where I knew they didn't like me no more. The whole class, I knew it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I just think that he's just a weak person. He hasn't went through real experiences and it's tough for him. That was number one. But I think the second time I had class, bro, is when I found out, oh, yeah, these people are brainwashed. I remember she played a video of Nancy Pelosi where she said Trump needs to resign and all this stuff. And I was like, why? Like, he's doing good. Like, what is this? Like, so I remember, bro, I said, I remember that I wrote online. I was like, she said, so tell me your thoughts on what do you think Nancy Pelosi is? And it's funny because the professor was a woman. And she was a graduate from USC, but I didn't know at the time they were pushing left leaning stuff. Bro, I was just going to college.
And USC is not even known for being that left leaning.
Right,
it's pretty like I think neutral.
Now it is though.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be now because I have a friend who.
But from what I know, it's always been like neutral. Like,
right,
you could find both sides there.
Right. So I remember that she said, "Okay, so give your opinion on what Nancy Pelosi was saying." And I straight up said, like, I'm going to be honest with you, Professor. I'm a Trump supporter right here and there. I don't care what everybody said. Everybody looked at me like if I was the devil, bro. Yeah. Straight up. And then I said, and honestly, I think Nancy Pelosi needs to resign because she's a politician. She's just mad that she's not getting her way. Just straight up being forward. And, bro, all of a sudden the teacher says, no, I think you're wrong. And I think Donald Trump needs to resign in front of the whole class. And she went off on me. And then I was just like, wait, but he's doing the right thing. Why does he need? So I was getting.
You know what we should have came back with? Then why'd you ask for my opinion?
Right, right. And that's what I was like. She, I guess, her motive was that she wanted to hear the opinion that she wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So that's
she wanted to do
right
what a politician would do. Right. Here, get it their way or the highway.
Exactly. So then that's when we went off on each other, bro. To the point that even the classroom was like, yeah, you're just wrong. You're just the worst person ever. I was
bro,
like,
they would say that about me all the time because I'm arrogant, but I don't say that to be a dick, right? It's just facts. That's what people think about me, right? But I just want to stop you right there real quick because I want to chime in real quick.
Go ahead.
And I want to say an experience I had too, bro. One time, bro, when there was back in high school, bro, the LGBT club hosted a anti-gun protest rally, whatever.
What year was this?
I was a sophomore or a junior. So it's 2016, 2015.
Really?
I graduated 2018.
Okay.
So that you're graduated 2016 if I'm not mistaken,
2015.
Right? So pretty much the year after you graduated is when shit started cracking.
Yeah.
First it started with a club.
Thank God I left the league.
It was just a club, bro. Like, it was some weird ass teacher, like some goofy white dude looking flu. I wouldn't say he's gay because I didn't know he was married, but he was just goofy looking. Like, he looked like
he was teaching LGBTQ.
No, he was just allowing the club to use his classroom. Like, he allowed them to start it. He was just being a ally, whatever they call him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just supporting, I guess.
LGBTQIA. Something.
Yeah, I guess he was supporting. Maybe he's a closet gay. I don't know, right? And they held an anti-gun protest, bro. And I remember just going to the homies and being like, these fools are dumb. Like guns don't kill people. Because they were saying that guns kill people. And I was like, guns don't kill people, bro. I'm like, people kill people. Right. I'm like, if I have a gun right here, bro, and we don't touch it, it's not going to kill us.
Bro, I can throw this phone right hard at your skull. At EMT, learned it in EMT school. If I can throw this as hard as to your head, bro, this can fracture your skull.
Yeah.
Like that's like anything can kill anything.
Yeah. But what I'm saying though is like if you have a gun here and you don't touch it and no one uses it for evil or for harm, it's not gonna do evil or harm.
Right.
That's my argument, right?
Right. Okay.
And then the other homies were like, yeah, you're right, bro. Like, and I'm like, these fools are stupid. Like, what are they protesting? But I was never the kid that was I was loud, but not too loud. So I would just do it with my group of friends, and that's it, right? Mm-hmm. And then I remember, and that same, I think it had to be first semester of senior year. My English teacher was asking us what they should teach in schools, and I was saying that they should teach taxes and personal finance. I was saying how important that is and how we don't know about that,
right?
Because I was getting into stocks at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was barely learning and I had just started investing and everything. I was going to turn 18, so I was preparing myself.
Yeah.
And I just remember telling her, and then they were just like everyone kind of got like that came from left field to them. You know what I'm saying? They thought it was weird that I was saying that we should learn about taxes.
Right, right.
And it's like, again, they kind of like the class went against me. Like, that doesn't matter. Like, focus on college and stuff like that. Because I was very open about being an entrepreneur and being a future business owner.
Yeah, like you don't.
I had, bro, since I was a kid, I always said that I was going to start a business or have businesses and I wasn't going to work for anybody. Like, I had told my parents since I was like 8 years old that I wasn't going to go to college.
Nice, okay.
Because I had started my first business at 8 years old. I made $800 in 3 months, bro. Selling candy to my cousins.
It was in your DNA already to...
Yeah.
So
and then it comes from my mom's side. My mom's family's very entrepreneurial, very well studied in Mexico. They're doctors, engineers, and then they own businesses and stuff like that. So, but that's just my story. But anyways, bro, let's get into some current events, bro. What has been going on in America? What are some stuff that we could touch on, man? That we could probably open some eyes, bro. We have the border crisis. We have a lot of bullshit happening down there. We have these immigrants living off our welfare and your tax dollars. Yeah, every time you pay a tax, you're feeding a bum Venezuelan in a 5-star hotel room.
Yeah, I think I mean, if I tell people, if you are not seeing what's going on now, it's because you purposely don't want to see what's going on right now.
You just living in a tunnel,
right? And the only reason why you're living in a tunnel and purposely doing it is because you hate Trump. That's the way I see it now, bro. If and it pisses me off because I tell people, okay, fine, this is the way I say it, bro. You don't have to like the guy. Like the way I say it is, and you can say it to you as a person who knows about being a boss. As long as you give me my money and you don't try to sneak your way into taking my money, bro, treat me however you want to. Obviously, don't put your hands on me. Just give me my paycheck. That's how a president is, bro. A president is not supposed to care about your feelings, but he's supposed to care about your finances, commander-in-chief. And this is what people don't understand. It doesn't matter about feelings. Why do I care what he says? I want to care if he's taking my tax money less, bro. And it's funny because I talked to one of my coworkers, and he's in the middle. He's funny.
He's a moderate? Is he left-leaning or right-leaning?
He says that, the way he says it, he's like, I'm an independent, but he's always been that way.
Look, bro, I think, hold on, let's chime in with AZ here.
Yeah.
AZ says the same thing. I'm right in the middle, but I feel like, nothing against you, AZ, but I feel like that's just you not wanting to accept you finally like Trump. I mean, yeah, like deeply down inside, you don't want to accept that you're low-key a Trump supporter.
I don't think I would say that. I think from the beginning, I've never been a huge fan of him.
Yeah,
and that's
but I do think like there's really, what are the other options? That's why I like RFK so much. But I understand the chances of him winning are a lot more difficult, for sure. Mm-hmm. So, but
as a person, would you agree that some people might feel that way? Like they like him, they just don't want to accept it?
100%. Oh my God, there's probably
I think what I like about AZ, and hopefully he's seen this, right? And this is where I tell people, right? This is one thing what I did like about JFK, and no other president has been doing that, is how he's calling out the FBI and the CIA.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and
wait, JFK people, or RFK?
RFK. Why not? Well, JFK too.
JFK did the same thing, but that's why I got kind of confused when you said that's what he's doing. I was like, wait, JFK's not alive.
And I'll say it this way: I think it's in their blood, because RFK is saying the same thing. He's saying, look at our agencies, look at the CIA, look at these corporations buying homes and not making you want to rent and not buy. And I think and this is where I tell people that to read about these agencies, because I'm more of a historian guy. I like reading about history, especially American history.
Oh, bro, I took AP US history, so go figure.
I could have went, but I didn't want to. You know how I was. I was a class clown.
I was the same way, but I only did it because I had friends in that class, and I wanted to hang out with them. Mm-hmm. So I just took it just to hang out with them. Yeah. But I learned a lot, bro, and actually it made me a stronger conservative. Like, it made me really, like, believe in the Constitution. I was like, bro, like, what? And then put it this way, it even made me more street smart because I know my rights.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But that's what I'm saying, is that I think AZ's on the right track. I think that what I would say to you, bro, is the best way to understand how government, and it goes beyond Trump, how government should operate, is read about the founding fathers. Next time I'll bring the book that I'm reading based on two of the two guys, David Barton. I've never heard no one in history talk like this guy, but this guy knows dates, times of the founding fathers. And if you read about them, you'll understand what they really wanted.
Put it this way, bro. America, for everybody, actually, not just AZ, but America is supposed to work for you.
Right.
America is an entity, right? It's like an LLC. Every citizen that's born in the United States is an owner of that LLC. Mm-hmm. That's the best way for me to put it. Now, would you want to control that LLC, or would you want the LLC to control you? That's the question to ask. Right. The way our founding fathers structured our corporation, our entity, was that the government is supposed to serve you. The government is supposed to work for you. The government is supposed to listen to you. Exactly, because we are a republic. We are a republic. Let me make that clear. We are not a democracy. Look up the two, learn the two definitions. I hate when people say they're attacking our democracy. I'm like, bro, we don't even live in a democracy.
I hate the word, bro. I just think it's so annoying.
Look at the California flag, state flag. It says the California Republic.
Right.
And again, you know what's the funniest part about this all? In reality, I'm not really a Republican because I disagree with a lot of the Republican Party. He's not really a Republican. He's a constitutionalist. He believes in the Constitution.
Right.
And I'm more of a Trump supporter because I just like nationalism and I'm more of the business side of it. You're more of the fundamentals of it, and I'm more of the principles of it. And I'm more you're gonna be the guy that holds the government accountable, while I'm the guy that's like just making sure our money's good.
yeah, and that's where I think it should be. I think I tell people it's not even about a political party anymore. Because I used to be a Republican, but you know what? Eventually, I said, okay, bro, you guys are the same.
Yeah.
Is look at current events.
Yeah.
Ukraine. They're quick, bro. They were both quick to sign on to send your money somewhere else, bro. To a war that has nothing. I don't even have Ukrainian family members, bro.
Yeah, well, put it this way, man. When you make your dollar, when you work for that dollar on a daily basis, shouldn't that dollar, when you pay taxes, go back to you, to your roads, to your way of life?
Right.
Why send it to someone that's across the fucking road that got themselves in some pedo?
Right, that has nothing to do with
That's like us going to a bar and seeing some guy we don't know getting down, and for us to jump in because we're the good guys.
Yeah, like, bro, I don't know.
If we're going to do that, there should be a business deal.
Right.
Like Trump says, if we're going to give money, hey, bro.
Something's got to give. It ain't
with
free.
some interest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta move as a team. Remember, we are a entity. The government is our employees.
Right.
They're literally our employees. They are public servants.
And I think that's where a lot of people, I think that's where it starts in college, bro. College, it goes to make you, to make you feel that government is, you got to do what government says.
And the way they control schools is by passing educational policy and changing requirements.
Right.
Once you change those requirements, you have to take an LGBT class. Example, probably not true, but you have to take an LGBT class in order to get your PhD.
Ethnic studies.
Imagine some shit like that, bro. Like, what kind of what?
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Right? Like, yeah, like that's all they have to do. That's all they have to do to change a generation is brainwash them by changing the curriculum in the schools. That's why it's such important to protect our children.
Right. No, facts. I think, and it's funny because I think about it, bro. Like, and I say it this way. Would you rather take, like, if you had the choice, right? You go back to school, or anybody watching, would you rather would have taken this class that you learned your cameras, or an LGBTQ course?
Camera class.
Right. Why? Because you have opportunities with the camera class.
Yep.
You if he doesn't want to work with you, you have a resume, you worked here, but yet you go and learn about gays, and I'm like,
they rather fund that is what you're saying, right?
No, not only that, but it's like, okay, bro, what am I gonna get out of learning someone being gay? Like, what if I go apply for a place? Oh, I took LGBTQ course.
Their argument would be, well, we're just trying to see if you found yourself yet.
Right, but you get the standard.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Teach me something that is gonna help me. And like back then in school, bro, I wish I would have lived in those times, right?
The mechanical shops and stuff.
Carpentering.
Look, bro, we had a wood shop. Right. We had wood shop in my day and age. We had wood shop, and then the teacher died. And then they didn't replace him. We had a substitute for the rest of the year, so we never got to do all the cool projects. You know, we did like one semester, and the rest of the semester, I mean, the guy was done. He was a really big obese guy, diabetes.
Well, when
he smelled a little bit sometimes. You know, you could tell he just was going downhill, fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just
like no se cuidaba. You know, sad, like yeah. Anyways, you could tell like he was just like he would be in the class, fool, and he'd just be like, "All right, guys. Today we're doing this," and he's just big, bro, and he's just like he apenas podía caminar, güey, like put it that way. But anyways, bro, instead of replacing him, they start new clubs like that. Like that's when the LGBT club started. Like, bro, I remember just thinking like, and then LA, I went to LAUSD. I'm pretty sure it's a different school district for you.
Mm-hmm.
These fools were always crying and complaining for money.
Right.
The district doesn't have money. The district didn't give the school enough money. And it's like, bro, but our taxes keep going up.
Well, the funniest one I ever seen, right, is when they started coming out with the slip saying, "Oh, we're going to charge you for lunch now." I was like, bro, where is this tax money going? That's supposed to be free.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Like, where is that? And then that's when you realize, bro, like right now.
Follow the money and you find the truth.
Right. Like right now, I'm going to tell everybody, the biggest threat right now to kids is the teachers union. Mm-hmm. They're basically, if you read about them, they're socialists. Socialists, and they're like a mafia. They're getting like, and I'm a shout out to the city of Anaheim, right? You know what happened over there? There was they basically right now, I think I was talking with Alfred from Lexit. He told me that in Anaheim, the DNC, it had to be the DNC or George Soros, if you know who he is.
You know who George Soros is?
Yeah. He's basically a big time like a funder for the DNC and socialist stuff.
He is the devil himself.
The teachers, if I'm not mistaken, the teachers union got an endorsement of $400,000
from him.
Who I don't know who. It probably was them for sure. I mean, they're like
indirect entity from him,
right?
Yeah,
to basically push propaganda into recalling 2 conservative school board members, if I'm not mistaken, and they were able to get them out. Think about it. They didn't need taxpayer money. Some billionaire or DNC, our tax money.
So let me ask you this, bro. What do you think is the elite's plan with this? What is their goal with this?
I think it has to be at the end. Look at the colleges.
Just to make it communist? Just to make it socialist? Or what?
They want to brainwash to the point where they can control you, bro.
Well, yeah. They're also allowing a bunch of... Okay, look, bro. Nothing against Venezuelans and everything, but you guys voted for that shit, bro. I remember seeing your guys' dumbasses voting for Hugo Chavez when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, believing in him, casi rezándole.
And now he has a
And now he has all your money. You're crying and complaining and coming to our country.
Taking our money.
And my mano de nuestro gobierno away.
And not only that, but he had them eating dog food at one point, bro.
Bro, and then they want to come over here and they want to do the same exact bullshit they made over there.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm telling you. I think...
Well, we also got to blame Joe Biden. And I blame Joe Biden. I don't really blame the people. You know, the people are just, they're just taking advantage of the situation. But Joe Biden, bro, is solving... You know what's his goal to resolve socialism? By giving more socialism, bro. Make that make sense.
Right. Yeah. I think this is the thing, bro. It's crazy to even see how, and it's sad to see that our raza doesn't see it, bro.
And that we're brainwashed for votes.
Right.
Again, Obama promised undocumented people a pathway to citizenship. All he did was put kids in cages and come out with the modern day slavery, DACA. And all that, yeah. How is it? Oh, time out. Let's talk about that. How is it modern day slavery, bro? Let me tell you my opinion. My opinion is modern day slavery because you have a illegal immigrant that cannot travel out of the country, that has no right to vote, no voice in this country, and won't be protected by this country. Meaning, if they went to North Korea and they got arrested, the government ain't gonna give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right. Just what I'm saying is they're not a priority to the government, right? As an American citizen, right? They're just here to work, shut the fuck up, and pay taxes. Yeah. What does that sound like? Just without the whipping. Slavery. It sounds like slavery.
Right. Modern day slavery.
Yeah, it sounds like slavery like the blacks, just without the whipping.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to stay in our country. You're not leaving our country. It's like you can't leave the plantation. We're not going to hit you. We're going to let you stay here and live freely, but you're going to listen to us and pay our fucking taxes.
Right.
And then there's no real pathway to green card.
Yeah, there's not.
And then for the people that are so pro DACA, hey, man, I hate to break it to you, bro, but I personally, if I was president, I'd abolish it and not take you out, but redo the fucking program to where it's like, in 4 years, you have a green card.
Yeah,
as long as you have the requirements that are met. As long as you meet the requirements, you're good, bro. But... I mean, Trump wanted to do that. No one wanted to negotiate with him. You can look it up. Trump tried renegotiating DACA, and the Democrats did not want to negotiate with him.
And what they do, they push propaganda to tell like the dreamers and
to tell them that he wants to abolish it. When in reality, he went on Twitter and literally said, "I just want to talk about it. I just want to change it." Just think about it, bro. What's the end goal of that? You're just gonna keep a fucking person undocumented on DACA the rest of their lives,
working, paying taxes.
Again, slavery. And then, keep in mind, bro, I don't think they get tax returns. I don't think they'd be getting money back like that. Like, I don't think they'd be...
Well, that's where they would have to basically
They pretty much pay more, I think.
Pay more, if not, just hide it under the table.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, bro. But, yeah, our raza needs to wake up and realize that all they do is promise, and no hacen nada.
Yeah.
Nada. And it goes with the Republican side too. Again, the only person that seems legit in this is the billionaire that gave up his money and literally donates his government paycheck. Again, donates all his paycheck. Literally only keeps $1 just for financial purposes, I think, right? Just to say he really pays himself. Trump, that's an outsider, bro. That's a guy that he might not really relate to you, but he understands you because he has employees and he knows what they're going through.
And this is for AZ and everybody, right? Why is it that? And think about this. I promise you, research this guy because this is the guy that I believe he should have went to jail. Look at George W. Bush, bro.
Yeah,
this man.
I used to like him.
Right, propaganda. People were like, "Oh yeah, W. Bush."
I used to like him growing up because again, American pride was all time high, and all I would hear is all the good stuff he was doing in Iraq and all the good things. We're defeating terrorism and bro. I used to be like. Excuse to all my Arabic fans. Yeah, get those toilet heads.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the type of like propaganda I was being raised around, right? Again, but I didn't really know about Democrat, Republican. I just thought George Bush, he's saving us from terrorism. Literally, I know, bro, 9/11 is more than likely 99% an inside job.
Yeah. Now that you see the technology, but if you read about that, right, and you read how much this guy corruptly got us into a war, that will wake you up and be like, so let me get this straight. You got a guy who got us into war all in the name of freedom, only to go and steal oil, kill millions of people over there, disrupt their government. And then you got another guy where all he did was say mean tweets and say the truth about the government and how he doesn't agree with it. And he's getting persecuted.
And you know what's crazy, bro? Is people will confuse the two things. Like you got this guy named Alex Enamorado, where he will say that America goes and destabilizes governments. But he doesn't like Trump because he says he's on the same boat when in reality he's like, bro, he's actually an outsider. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an outsider. Like give him a shot. But again, that guy's a socialist. He doesn't work, and all he does is cry and complain about things that don't involve him. And he makes $1 off you guys. Like he makes money, not $1 like legitly. I'm saying he makes money off you guys because think about it. What kind of guy has the time to go out there, go yell and cry and complain like a little girl, get all emotional?
Go to people's houses.
Do all this stuff. Technically harass people.
Yeah. Well, he calls it freedom of speech, supposedly.
It's definitely freedom of speech. I'm not going to take that away from him. But again, he's a resident. The law kind of protects him, but he's still like on that.
Resident? What do you mean?
He's a green card.
No, he's an illegal. He doesn't have none of that.
He doesn't have none of that? I thought he had a green card.
No, he's a legal immigrant.
What the fuck? Why they didn't say he was a resident?
No. That's why they wanted to deport him. So he was illegal
the whole time?
Yeah, that's why they wanted to deport him. That's why
he was a resident.
No.
So he didn't even have a green card?
No, he doesn't have nothing.
What I was going to say was that the law protects him, but he has a fine line. Like, he can't be acting
the only way, and this is where people misconstrue the Constitution of the United States, illegal immigrants only qualify for due process. Basically, like what he's going through right now. He can go to jail, and he's going to get a lawyer, and he's going to see a judge. But that's it.
That's the only thing they're entitled to.
The First Amendment, why do you think the Second Amendment, they can't get firearms? The First Amendment,
the demon rats want them to get firearms.
Right. But in a way, it's kind of like, okay, the Constitution doesn't say that, but then it's like, well, why is it that other constitutional amendments they can't do?
Well, look, bro, I don't think a Constitution would even be invented if the Constitution didn't plan to have citizens.
Right. No.
Come on, bro. A Constitution is for citizens. Not just for everyone in the world.
Right.
If not, the whole United States would own the world and everyone would apply to our rules.
Right. But people don't see it. They don't understand it. They don't read it. They just go with someone else's interpretation.
Countries are teams. It's either you're on the Dodgers or you're on the Raiders.
Right.
I mean, the Raiders, the Angels. I'm going football with baseball. Yeah, but anyways, you're on the Dodgers or the Angels, right? Meaning the Dodgers, it's in its own country. The Angels, it's its own country, right? You have to look out for yourself, bro. When you have the last $10 in your bank account, think about this, people. Yeah. When you have $10, the last $10 you ever have in your life in your bank account, are you going to give it to your neighbor because your neighbor needs help?
If you have a family and kids, no, bro. Just saying.
Exactly.
You got to find a way.
So why the hell would we be sending money?
I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's where, and this is where I say, right, to everybody and AZ and everybody in here is like, when you come to America, it's survival of the fittest, bro.
Well, not only that, but there's a reason why you came. There's a reason why you left your country to begin with.
Prosperity.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure you didn't come here without hearing stories. So you know exactly, well, you might not know exactly how it is here, but you know to win here, you got to work.
It's like I say this, right? You have Bitcoin and you have a business and all that, right?
Yeah.
What gives me the right, only because we're raza, to say, hey, bro, you got to give me some of that. You look at me and be like, why?
Yeah.
And that's where I see a lot of our raza when they talk about, oh, you can't vote for Trump and all this. I'm like, you don't even pay my bills. You don't.
They say that because they're like, there's people on our raza that are undocumented. Yeah, cool, but bro, hasta la gente, no, but la gente inmigrante sabe que hay consecuencias. They knew what they signed up for.
Right.
It's not like they came over here blindly, right? Yeah. And they did it. Why? Because they wanted their kids to be American. Why? Because they wanted the American dream for their kids, not really for them, for their kids.
Right.
Right. Why do parents do things? They do it for their kids, for the future, for their investment. Their investment. Your kids are your investment in the world, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna hold down your legacy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't know if it's just Mexicans, but at least from what I've been told, bro, everyone typically comes to the United States for a better life. Right.
Some.
Para salir adelante.
Most.
Yeah, para salir adelante. You know, the American dream, bro. At least that's what I was told. You know, my grandpa came here for that reason. Mm-hmm. You know, then he brought my dad, and then you know my dad then married my mother, and then then now my parents are here. Now I'm here. So yeah, same. But what I'm saying is like,
dream.
Look, bro, you can't vote against the American dream if you want the American dream.
Right.
You're just being a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, bro, is there anything else you want to talk about before we end this?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I would say. I think right now, I would say that people need to start waking up more, bro.
I think they just need to do a little bit of their own research. Bro. Like when
turn off the media.
Yeah, when you hear certain topics, bro, just go on Google and ask stupid questions. Like I really like prefer you to ask a stupid question about the government, like someone out there listening, than not ask a question at all, because that stupid question will probably lead you into something you didn't know.
You want me to be honest with you? I think it's not even Google anymore. I think people need to start reading the Constitution. If you want to know what's going on right now, the biggest document you want to start off with, the Declaration of Independence.
And as a republic, the government is supposed to follow the Constitution, because to even get more specific with it, we are a constitutional republic.
Right.
Meaning we vote for representatives that are going to represent us with respect to our Constitution.
Right.
That's a goal. Constitutional republic.
Right.
A democracy is you vote for the person to represent you, but he makes the decisions for you.
Right.
Two different things. We are not a democracy. We are a republic.
Right.
Stop saying that this is against democracy, because democracy is literally communism.
Yeah.
You're voting for someone to make rules and regulations for you without consulting with you. A republic is you vote for someone to represent you with consultation to you. So in order for them to make a decision, they're going to go based off what the people they're representing are saying. That's why you write letters to your congressperson. That's why you write letters to your district person, because you want them to know how you're feeling about what's happening in your community. And for you to make a change in your community, instead of crying and complaining that there's trash and high crime rates, read the policies that are active and see who's running against them. If you really want to make a change, get involved in your community. You know what I'm saying? Stop feeding into the true racism, the true white supremacy, which is victimhood,
right?
And victimizing our community, because we are not victims. We're not.
We're
hard workers. We're conquerors. That's right. We're hard workers, bro.
Right.
Raza are hard workers, bro. My family down in Mexico is really well off, bro. Why aren't we well off here? Because most of our community is fed that victimhood mindset. Oh, you're Hispanic, you're Mexican. Bro, if you're born here an American, you have the same right as a black, white, Asian, any guy. If you're born here, take advantage of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Forget the Mexican stuff, because at the end of the day, they don't even claim you, bro. They call you pocho. And then for those that were brought here as kids, they don't claim you, bro.
Right.
They don't claim you. You feel me? But just find a way to get your stuff, your situation right. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's like we need to figure out that the future's here.
Yeah.
And if we're here to stay, vote for here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just my take to it.
Yeah, I would say too, to everybody watching, I think that's where I would start for everybody. The Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, you'll understand what your government is supposed to be operating. And yeah, I think just look around you. I think college, what it does to you, it closes you down mentally. It puts you in a box. I think the most racist thing you could ever say, and this is where people don't read about history, right? And read about is that's a white supremacy talk issue. When they say you're brown, you can't make it as the white person. The KKK.
Or that you're at a disadvantage,
right,
bro? That is the most racist shit I've ever heard. I'm at a disadvantage based off my skin color or the way or the people that I come from. That's
right, and that's what I tell people is that ideology. It's telling you in your face, and I already know it's a liberal white professor, that you don't have what it takes because of the color of your skin. When our gente, our raza, is known to work hard, to become successful, to be the go-getters, you know?
Look at Pitbull, the boxer, bro.
Yeah.
And then you got that UFC food too.
Right.
Like, food. Si se puede, way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, come on, bro.
I think that's where people need to take it back. So, you know, my final advice is just right now, open your eyes. You know, I think seeing how the left just wants to make you feel like a victim when you're blessed, you're conquered. You're in one of the greatest countries ever made. And how can you be a victim? Yes, is there dirty politics that happened? Yes. Is there dirty history? Absolutely. Every country has its dirty history. But don't live in the past. Just remember it so it won't be repeated.
And you have to remember that the United States is the only country
with the same constitution since 1776.
Yes, that and that has other than Mexico, like has abolished slavery.
Yeah, completely. There's still slavery currently right now.
Again, other than other North American countries, America was the first. Well, no, I think it was Mexico did it first, if I'm not mistaken. Not to give
slavery.
Yeah, they freed their slaves first before America. They had slaves too, but they freed them before America because they actually had a indigenous president and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I'm saying though is like with respect to the other North American countries that also are anti-slavery, dude, around the world you could technically have slaves, and no one's gonna give a fuck because of how corrupt it is, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you could technically have it in Mexico, right? Because it's corrupt. But what I'm saying it's one of the only countries that made it like illegal, right? Like if they were really going by the book, if you could say.
It's on paper basically. So I think that's just my final advice to all my raza, to everybody watching is you know, stop believing this victim mindset. You have so much potential. You have so much all that, and go out. You know, don't just stay stuck in college. People say that brown people are struggling. Go see where they're struggling at. Black people are struggling. Go see where.
And go see why we're struggling, bro. I don't think we're struggling because we're brown. I think we're struggling because there's inflation.
Right, the government. So I think that's just would be my final 2 cents. Is just I think you have so much potential, and that's what I want to bring to everybody. I think that's what. Right here, the host wants to bring is just to wake up and realize that they're pushing an agenda that you have to, you know, snap out of it and see the real issue that is really affecting our people, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's
But with that being said, man, I just think just do some research, you know, and if you're born here, you're an American and you have the same equal opportunities as everyone that's born here, you know, regardless of color, regardless of shape, I don't know, whatever you want to say. Because everything's sensitive nowadays, right?
Right.
But with that being said, this is the end of the podcast, guys. And I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of intro we're going to have, but this is the Right Guys Out.
Right. Right Guys Out.